States, and good evening, Wang Shanghao, Swazi Tonyend, and Anhyon Haseyo, to our half dozen seniors and their families and loved ones that are in East Asia at this time. Good day to others that are in between. This is, of course, our second semi-virtual baccalaureate. This year we celebrate the near conclusion of the school's 193rd academic year. I thank you for joining us today as we head into the final 4 weeks of a challenging and forever memorable school year. The need for synchronous distance learning required the school's talented educators to rapidly pivot to what I describe as the next normal rather than a new normal in content delivery and instruction. And our experiences in this next normal will continue to guide our thinking and preparations for the years ahead, both here at CHCH and for our graduating seniors as they head off to higher education. Things will indeed be different for you next year. My name is Lance Conrad. I'm the very proud head of school, and it is my privilege to welcome you to the Chapel Hill-Chauncy Hall 2021 Baccalaureate Ceremony. In particular, I would like to welcome, I would like to welcome our 51 members of the CHCH class of 2021. Your families, your close friends, as well as many faculty, staff, students, trustees, advisors, alumni, families, and friends, all joining us this afternoon from around the world. Beginning in 1860 and throughout much of the 20th century, the pending graduates of Chapel Hill School gathered in the old stone chapel just over this hill in preparation for their baccalaureate ceremony on the eve of their commencement from a well-respected all-girls school here on this campus. It was very much a time-honored tradition that disappeared with the merger of Chapel Hill-Chauncy Hall in 1972. Chauncey Hall, on the other hand, was an all-boys preparatory school established in Boston's downtown district back in 1828. They held similar exercises for nearly 150 years, known as anniversary exhibitions. The exhibitions required graduates to spend 2 days before their commencement displaying competencies in various subject areas, including English language, classics, mathematics, and even penmanship. Moreover, each graduate was required to participate on the second day's exercises and declamation, whereby all prospective graduates would, in essence, present their senior speeches to the entire community. 35 in total back in 1828. Those were easily defined as the salutatory address, as well as the valedictory address for the 2 highest graduates of that graduated class. The distribution of medals and prizes would commence thereafter. Now, while we will look forward to our salutatory and valedictory addresses During our highly anticipated June 5th commencement exercises for the class of 21 over on the upper field, this afternoon's Baccalaureate Ceremony celebrates the academic and community achievements of our students, as well as several members of the faculty and staff. I thank you for joining us and hope you will salute several members of our student body for their well-earned accomplishments during the 2021 academic year. At this time, I'd like to introduce our two senior MCs as voted by their classmates, Mr. Quinn Fedek and Mr. Jules Rubin Grant.
Recognize all the members of the class of 2021, starting with Nathaniel Bias, Sophia Eloise Blair Golden, Alejandro Carvajal, Layla Faith Cavero, Christian Chemenkovich, Aaron Codrington, Ivy Coleman, Jonas Collier, Sophia Colina, Anna Davidson, Sydney Dool, Stephanie Nwanwu, Quinn Fedek, Patrick Fortin, Isabel Foster, Daniela Friedman, Kendall Rose Geffen, Sonia Gladstone, Emily Grape, Olivia Noor Haydar, Jemima Maluva Jewell, Henry Cameo, Michael Katz Flynn, Sung Joon Kim, and Hayden Lancaster Mora.
I would like to continue our recognition with Laura Kate Lanza, Han Jung Lee, Boga Leo, Jake Osborne Din McConaughey, Gabriel Mcreef, Louis McGill Scott, Rebecca Morgan, Ario Dante Noor, Jacob Ottaway Velder, Dallas Page Rochelle, Brendan Regenauer, Julius Rubin Grant, Biron Mansada Sane, Ella Rose Shapiro, Lucy Slocum, Hamid Song, Marnie Sternberg, Audrey Sugiera, Haobao Sun, Kenki Suzuki, Eli Tarbox, Savian Tejeda, Allison Testa, Mary Ellen Tevnan, Bao Nu Tran, and Sun Hyup Vu.
Been waiting for. Oh, let me write this down first. Gotta be health conscious, guys. Sorry about that. Okay, so I have. Whoop. Thanks, Layla. It's okay, B. We're good. I have the amazing honor to present this year's faculty speaker. Our faculty speaker this year has been an incredible help to everyone in our class and has alleviated much of the stress that accompanies the college application process. So it should come as no surprise that she was voted by the senior class to speak at this year's baccalaureate ceremony. I believe I speak for everyone in the class of 2021. In addition to all the seniors who have come before us and all who will come after us, that Miss Fink is unequivocally, I think that's it, maybe I typed it wrong, an outstanding person and is amazing at her job. Thank you so much, and congratulations.
All right, hippy dippy stuff? Okay, a few disclaimers first. I tried to include generationally appropriate references, but I'm still a little salty, as you all came for my side part, my skinny jeans, and my crying laughing emoji. You work on commission, right? Big mistake. Huge. That one was for my Gen Xers and all you late millennials. Go ahead, Google it. You're welcome. Number 2, I made a promise to myself just to ride with my emotions today. So I'm going to be in my feelings here, and that might make my voice crack or make my eyes leak. And I'm warning you so that you're not alarmed and like go running for the oil can to fix my Tin Man heart. And I really, really hope that reference was intergenerational. Okay, I think that covers it. Let's dig in. I am honored and humbled to be here with you on this special day in the most bananas year of our lives. Thank you for inviting me to share my thoughts. Last August, I sent you all a message, and I want to reiterate both the intent and the content. You, as a class, have been through so much in the last year. For many of you, the crescendo we experienced in the spring of 2020 and through the summer was not a surprise. Some of you have been living with the impact and trauma of systemic and interpersonal racism for most of your lives. And the only difference now is that attention is being called to it. Some of you have struggled with anxiety for as long as you can remember, and the global pandemic just made that a more normative experience for people. Whatever your identity and your experience, you have lived through a whirlwind of events in the last 15 months. I want to acknowledge this and everything you've been through. One of my most favorite parts of my work, what I get to do and have the privilege to do every day, is to get to know each of you. To learn what your passions are, what motivates and inspires you, what challenges you, scares you, infuriates, and illuminates you. I get to know where you find joy and love in the world. And while I get to do that, for a moment, I get to become a student, often under your tutelage. It is so much fun, and I take that access very seriously too. I try to treat the invitation into your world with reverence and respect because I know how special it is to see into your hearts. On one such journey, I learned something from a student that I think is really important for all of us to give space to in our experiences. They shared that they learned to become really perseverant and patient when struggling in an interaction or an experience, stating, "I don't give up or make it worse, I just sit with it until I'm able to better articulate my position and what I want to communicate." I learned that the term for this is radical acceptance, coined by Dr. Marsha Linehan, the founder of the method of therapy called DBT, or dialectical behavioral therapy. A lot of DBT skills are about changing behavior, but this one is really just about sitting down and accepting the emotions and not working to change them, but sitting with them in order to grow the skills you need to approach and change those behaviors eventually. It's the skill you use when you can't do anything useful, but you don't want to do damage. It's not doing nothing, it's actively practicing acceptance. Actively practicing acceptance. That just sounds awesome, right? I've been doing this myself for most of my adult life, begrudgingly, of course, because my mom is an actual therapist, so you know I just ran in the opposite direction of all that. But in these instances of discomfort or pain or even joy, basically whenever I'm outside that sweet spot of a 4 to a 6 on the emotional scale, when you're having capital F feelings, you just need to sit in them for a minute and let them serve you, because they're there for a reason. Your feelings are telling you something. They're giving you important information. But when they're no longer serving you, you need to make a choice about what to do with them. And it is, after all, important to move into action in your feelings and beyond, acting to advance your agenda, to solve a problem, to make yourself safe, to provide relief, and to get your needs met. And it's not always immediate, and it doesn't always feel great. I'm not asking that you just practice radical acceptance, but that you also step up, step out, disrupt, get messy, do the thing. And when you do, know that you might make a mistake. I know. I've been called out. I've been called in. And it's going to happen again. And rather than brace for it, I'm learning to be in it and sit with it and then act on it. In my own work, I am learning to, with help from the illustrious Rosetta Lee. If you don't Google anything else from this message today, Google her. She is the GOAT. That's Rosettalee, Rosetta Lee. So I'm learning to listen with full attention. Try not to defend or respond right away. Remind myself that while mistakes don't define me, I want to be worthy of your trust and your gift. Prioritize impact over intent, aka apologize for real. Work in the new golden rule, not do unto others as you would have done unto you, but rather do unto others as they would want done unto them. So that's where I'm at in my work and in my feelings. And so, those of you born with privilege and power, sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is in stepping up, step aside, give that up, and elevate another voice, perspective, and experience. This is not easy, but it is necessary. So if I'm speaking to you directly right now, please accept that call to action. You, collectively speaking now, are in this really funky place. Sometimes literally, because all those hormones can make you a little stinky, but truly adolescence is rough. And as our queen Britney Spears says, I'm not a girl, not yet a woman. It's true. I mean, not for me, but for you. You thought middle school was rough until you got to high school. And then the world was like, cool, cool, cool. Let's throw 4 pandemics at these folks and see what happens. Professor Joshua Miller at the Smith College of Social Work named this pretty succinctly. COVID-19 interacts with white supremacy, economic insecurity, and political terrorism. And the world simultaneously explodes and implodes. The world shuts down and you're trapped with yourself and in yourself, and it's a lot. It's more than the occasional stinky armpit. It's more than anyone and everyone should have to deal with. But again, like I said earlier, some of you have been dealing with one or more of these pandemics most of your life. So I want you to know that all of you, each of you, is exceptional, not the exception. You did something so incredible this year, when at times it felt like all the systems and all the circumstances were working against you. You persisted, you persevered, and you did the thing. You not only did a tremendous job applying to colleges, you engaged in the introspection and built the self-knowledge that resulted in really outstanding outcomes. You found your best fit. And in doing so, you learn that you are in charge of your best fit. You get to decide what works for you. You get to decide what you need and what you want. And yes, I'm framing this through the very specific experience of applying to college, but it's truly so much bigger than that. This was identity building and affirming. This was you shaking up the status quo. Over your time in high school, and maybe even condensed into this last year, you grew the ability to be a self-advocate. You grew the ability to be self-reflective. You grew the ability to work and communicate with adults. You grew the ability to deal and manage expectations that can be very public sometimes. And ultimately, you develop the ability to navigate a complicated process and make an informed decision. Some of you did this remotely, across time zones, and in complicated living and learning environments, while also trying to maintain and nurture the connections you built and valued over the years, and while fighting oppression and historical exclusion and bias and violence, and while trying to love yourself and love others. And holy guacamole, it is an actual miracle that you're all here. And you deserve some relief. The actor Elliot Page, who recently came out as his authentic self, a trans man, said in an interview with Oprah, "From where I'm sitting now, all I know is the degree of comfort, sense of home, ability to be present feels so profound and life-changing. And so what I look forward to is getting to move through the world in that way." I was so struck by the simplicity and dignity of this statement. It's so obvious, it takes up no space for anyone else. It's not audacious or greedy or selfish. Everyone should feel this, the freedom to just be. And I believe that you exceptional humans, you are going to see and feel this in your lifetime. It's not as easy as clicking your heels 3 times, but if you start inside and pay attention to your feelings and give yourself permission to practice radical acceptance, and then get off your ass when you hear that call to action, and step aside if it's not your voice that needs to be heard, you will once again navigate this complicated process, and maybe even open that path for someone else to follow you, and maybe even make way for someone else to take the lead. And then maybe you, we, us, can feel peace. We can just be. I see you. I appreciate you. I am holding you all in my heart. And oh my goodness, I love you. I love you all so much. Thank you.
I am Quinn Feddick, and I am honored to retic a speech most copacetic for our student speaker, the dynamic electromechanic, a visionary, partially blind, cordial and kind, smooth charisma redefined, and many traits intertwined. Listing the rest is an impossible quest, which can only attest that the ton of excess shows particular zest in one of the best who bears no protest with a certain scientific interest. And now that we have begun and the praise has been done, let me introduce Aaron Codrington.
Zoom folks, I am sorry. Ooh. Hey guys. All right. Over the past 4 years of my high school career, it's actually quite amazing how many times I've been asked the question, what in your life do you value most and why? Whether it's on an application or just, comes up casually in class. I have to admit, I never would have thought I'd be answering such a complex question so many times in so many different periods of my life. Now, usually, when a person is asked the same question so often, it is subject to change. However, despite 4 years of my life in constant growth and constant change, I believe that my answer to this question is the one thing that will remain constant. What I value most is humanity's innate ability to inspire others. I value the fact that even the slightest action has the potential to inspire a positive reaction in others. That being said, I'd like to take this time today to speak about some of my experiences at this school and how the people here have helped me and shaped me into the best version of myself. People who listened to my senior prez earlier this year know that I did not have the greatest time during my first year of high school. To be honest, I really did not want to go to a new school at all. At the time, I was fully content with never being able to get a full education. I never wanted to be put in another situation where I had the chance of experiencing the pain that I went through before. So as I first stepped on campus for my first CHCH Shadow Day, I was greeted by 3 students and the admissions team. I faked my usual falsity of a smile, and I proceeded to act as if I wasn't trying to leave as fast as I possibly could. Originally, I had planned on just cruising through the day, doing absolutely nothing. However, this all changed when I found myself in Miss Sokolow's Algebra 2 class. I'm going to be completely honest here. For the first half of class, I literally could not understand a single thing. This was due to a combination of my last math teacher not bothering how to teach me fractions, and, and the fact that this class was 30 minutes longer than any class I'd ever been to before. Halfway through the class, this changed, when Miss Sokolow decided to teach the class a new concept. I remember it did have something to do with fractions, which are quite frankly the bane of my existence, so obviously I was not interested at all. That is, until she actually started teaching. There's something about the way she excitedly pranced around the classroom, swinging from board to board, one board to the next, waving around a marker, somehow all being able to explain algebra to a person who barely knew what a fraction was, like myself. And so at the end of class, she had introduced herself, welcomed me to the school, asked me how I was, and finally she asked me if I was able to learn something. Which of course, I auto-responded, yes, yeah, of course, I learned a lot, right? So to her, it may have seemed like I was talking about the fractions, but what I had actually learned was that she had a strong passion for education and truly cared for her students. For the first time, in what felt like a long time, I'd actually come out of a math class having learned something. And while the concept of fractions still eludes me to this day, from that experience, I did learn that CHCH is the place I wanted to be. Fast forward to my first year attending CHCH. I was very confident in my decision to attend this school, but because of what I had been through in 9th grade, I lacked confidence in myself. I was very hesitant to speak freely or interact with my peers, and even to talk to teachers. I was like this until one SAS class with Mr. Streeter. Now what he actually said that day, I have forgotten and remembered. I have forgotten and remembered countless times. So many times that all I can really remember is how it made me feel. It was something along the lines of, I believe in you. You're going to achieve great things. This was one of my first real experiences where a teacher had actually told me in person that they believed in me. Now I think quite a lot of us have had experiences where teachers will say things such as, good job, or nice paragraph. But with Mr. Streeter, it was very clear that he actually meant what he said. This man sat down with me for an entire class period just talking about the applications of solar panels. That's dedication. When I left his class, even when I left his class, he has without a doubt never failed to encourage me throughout my academic career as well as my personal life. Fast forward to this current year at CHCH. In the past 3 years of attending this school, to say that my palate has evolved would be such a drastic understatement. 2 years ago, if you were to sit down at a lunch table with me, you would find me eating 2 pieces of bread that I had meticulously slapped together in order to create a bread sandwich. Anyone here that has ever been to a doctor, literally ever, should know it is not a very healthy thing to do, especially when you have to run 3 miles after it. So it is in no way an exaggeration to say that without Mary, I would not be eating as well as I am now. Mary has gone out of her way on countless occasions to make sure that I am fed, happy, and healthy. Whenever I enter the cafeteria, she's there to greet me with a smile, some Brussels sprouts, and a brand new story about her week. She treats me, as well as all of the students at CHCH, as her own children. Her job is not just a job to her. She uses her job to make sure that students feel welcome, accepted, and happy during their time on campus. Now, while I only mentioned 3 very specific instances of people here inspiring me, there are a countless amount of people on this campus that influence and inspire me every day. I honestly wish I could stand up here and talk for like straight up 2 weeks about just how much the people on this campus mean to me. I'm confident that each and every one of my fellow classmates has had at least one experience with anyone at the school that has made them into a better person. As I look up into the crowd and I see the faces of my classmates, I see an indefinite number of possible protectors, leaders, and all-around good people, each bestowed with the ability to influence others. I'm sure, like myself, you have all experienced the bad times, as well as the good times, brought on by the influence of others. And so as a collective of individuals, I ask that when moving on to our future colleges or future jobs, that we will use our own influence to inspire the collective good in others. Now that sounds like a very hard task. However, even the slightest positive action is enough to change someone's life forever. So essentially, what I'm saying here is go hold the door for that person at Chipotle. Go tip the dude working at Dunkin'. Even an action as simple as saying hello is enough to change someone's life forever. I truly believe that everyone here is capable of so many great things, and I am looking forward to seeing all of the good you all can accomplish. Thank you all.
Now for the presentation of awards to those students whose achievement in leadership merits special recognition. These awards fall into 4 primary categories. First, junior prizes voted by the full faculty and staff. Second, certificates of distinction recognizing student accomplishments in particular areas of academic study and awarded by the departmental faculty. 3, departmental and program awards selected by the teaching faculty of the school. And 4th, the senior awards determined by the full faculty and staff of CHCH. I will begin our presentation of awards by recognizing the recipients of the 3 junior awards. While not under the tent with us today, we ask that each honoree receive applause. We'll present their book prizes at a later date. Nancy S. Emery Award. Established in 1998 in memory of Nancy Spooner Emery, this award is given to a member of the junior class whose moral character has made a positive difference in the lives of others in the school community. Cameron Kerr. Congratulations, Cameron. The next 2 junior class awards acknowledge academic achievement and are awarded in conjunction with distinguished universities. The Rensselaer Medal, given to a junior who demonstrates potential for success in a challenging academic setting. This prize is awarded for excellence in advanced mathematics and science, as well as for significant participation in extracurricular activities. Stephanie Fernandez. Our 3rd and final junior award, the Harvard Book Prize. This prize honors an outstanding student in the rising senior class who combines excellence in scholarship with achievement in other fields. This year's recipient, Ethan Rosen. Certificates of distinction. In keeping with our appreciation for students' individual talents and interests, and in an effort to challenge our students to engage deeply in their studies, Chapel Hill-Chauncy Hall encourages promising students to pursue certificates of distinction in the arts, humanities, in mathematics and science. These certificate programs allow students to individualize their programs of study and to gain breadth and depth of experience as they simultaneously prepare for college and university study. Before awarding this year's certificates of distinction, we pause to take a moment to recognize 3 graduating students who during their time at CHCH have given voice to topics around social justice, Black Lives Matter, and the many ways we can be better in supporting those in our community who are consistently impacted by systemic racism. Their work toward ensuring that we are an anti-racist and justice-minded educational institution has allowed us to reflect and acknowledge that we have critically important work to do, and that, as a community, we can do and be better. It is clear that in order for real progress to happen, there needs to be many more changes. As a result of the strong leadership efforts of seniors Sydney Jewell, Stephanie and Wayu, and Jemima Jewell, change is taking place at CHCH, including the appointment of a Director of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, the expansion of our curriculum to include courses focused on social justice, the pending creation of a Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, Justice, and Wellness Board Committee, and the recent Curriculum Committee commitment to create a new Certificate of Distinction in Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion to be available to future graduating seniors. As these 3 seniors prepare for the next phase of their educational journeys, we know they will continue to use their voices to bring to light issues of inequity and injustice. We thank them for their many contributions to the CHH community, and we ask you all now to join us in applauding their contributions to our learning community. Thank you. This year, 8 members of the class of 2021 have gained particular concentrated academic distinction and hereby are honored for their deep academic engagement. To begin, I now introduce Mr. Mike Daniels, Chair of the Mathematics Department, to present this year's Certificates of Distinction in Math and Science. He will be followed by 3 other academic department chairs who will introduce themselves. Mr. Daniels.
Wow. So proud of each and every one of you. It's an amazing accomplishment. Thank you, Dr. Conrad. Hello, students and families who are joining us remotely. My name is Mike Daniels. I'm the math department chair here at CHCH, and I have the distinct pleasure of taking my mask off. Rookie mistake. Of recognizing 3 students who have achieved the Certificate of Distinction in Math and Science this year. This certificate is designed to give students the opportunity to explore areas of passion within science, engineering, technology, and mathematics. Each student begins this journey their sophomore year and is expected to achieve and grow in each of their STEM courses here at CHCH. Parallel to this coursework, students pursue enrichment opportunities. These enrichment opportunities vary from year to year and really from student to student. But ultimately, they allow each student to further develop their creativity, critical thought, analysis, collaboration, and communication skills. And now for the recipients. The first recipient is described by their teachers as a student who is empathetic, curious, brings critical thought to the classroom, and takes the initiative to help their peers. Early on, the student found a passion for the areas of STEM and saturated their schedule with math courses, science courses, and even makerspace co-curricular activities. Over the past 3 years, the student's interest has narrowed to the area of computer science, and they've amassed a portfolio of projects including software development, the design and build of a computer, and most recently, the creation of a dancing robot. I must say, definitely. Next year, Aaron Codrington will continue to pursue his interest in engineering at Olin College of Engineering. Aaron, congratulations and come on up to receive your Certificate of Distinction. Dunzo. The next recipient is described by their teachers as a student who is creative, adds levity to the classroom, and embraces challenge. Although this student joined the CHCH community as a junior, I can attest firsthand that the creativity they bring to the classroom in the problem-solving process is really second to none. Just when you thought you've covered all the possible approaches to a problem, this student just surprises you with a viable alternative. And it was evident that Quinn Feddick brought this same level of enthusiasm and creativity to the WPI robotics team last summer. Quinn, congratulations, and come on up to receive your certificate of distinction. All right, our last recipient is described by their teachers as a bright, adaptable, and hands-on learner. To paraphrase what this student recently said, I enjoy identifying a problem and finding its solution. The traits of a true problem solver. Although this student has built a gaming PC and completed an interdisciplinary engineering camp, their interest has really narrowed to the world of mechanical engineering. And this past Friday, we were able to see this passion in full display when they revealed the design and build of a fully functional go-kart that I think reaches speeds in excess of 30 miles an hour, somewhere in that vicinity. Yep. Next year, Ario Noor will continue to pursue his interest in engineering at the University of Massachusetts. Ario, congratulations, and come on up to receive your certificate. Do you have your car here? You got the go-kart here? No. Okay. Congratulations, Ari. Now I'd like to introduce Michael Spencer, the chair of the English department.
I wore my best flannel. You should be honored. Today I am presenting a certificate of distinction in the humanities to Gabe Mcreef. Over the past year and a half, Gabe has committed himself to an intensive writing regimen, developing a substantial portfolio of poetry. Despite the restrictions of the pandemic, Gabe coordinated with multiple external organizations to develop and share his work, including taking summer workshops with Grub Street and participating in the March U18 Reading Through Mass Poetry. Gabe's work has also garnered him special awards and honors from the Scholastic Art and Writing Awards. In addition to practicing and honing his own craft, Gabe has dedicated himself to sharing and encouraging this love of poetry with the school community, designing and facilitating the Poetry Month email campaign in April, organizing a spring poetry reading later this month, and leading a poetry workshop as part of our upcoming finale week. We recommend you all keep an eye on the new releases section of your local bookshop over the next few years, because we suspect it will not be very long until you see a chapbook publication with Gabe's name on it. It is an honor and a real pleasure to present Gabe Mcreef with this certificate of distinction in the humanities. Gabe, come on up. I would now like to invite to the stage Chair of the History Department, Ian McPhail.
It's always those steps you want to watch really carefully when there's a camera on you and you don't want to fall. It's really good to see so many of you dressed so nicely, or as I like to call it, Monday. It's okay. Don't worry. I'm going to do exactly what I tell most of you not to do, and I'm going to read this from my phone. It's my distinct pleasure today to confer the History of Certificate of Distinction to Jacob Ottaway-Belder. Jacob has completed all the requirements for this certificate, culminating with a portfolio presentation this past Thursday to a faculty panel. Outside of school, Jacob participated in a variety of experiences, including Model UN, a shadow week at the German Parliament. They're happy for you too, Jacob. Several Harvard Extension courses, and a further summer internship at the Calvin Coolidge Historic Site. At CHCH, Jacob is a member of NHS and will complete 6 out of the 7 history offerings through his coursework, maintaining exemplary grades throughout. During his high school career, Jacob displayed consistent engagement, humor, energy, and a passion for international relations and politics. He'll continue to carry this at Catholic University in Washington, D.C. next year, and will probably have taken over the world by 2035, if he takes a year off. I'm extremely proud of Jacob for his efforts, and I want to congratulate him on earning this honor. It's well earned and well deserved. Congratulations, Jacob. It's been a joy working with you on this journey. With that, I'd like to invite Jamie Palmer Keating, Chair of the Visual and Performing Arts Department, up for their awards. Take my time. Seriously.
I don't. Sorry, I need to lift some weights or something out of the container. It was embarrassing. Sorry, guys. Hi. Hi. Good afternoon. My name is Jamie Palmer Keating, and I am the chair of the Visual and Performing Arts Department. Today, I am pleased to present the Chapel Hill-Chauncy Hall Certificate of Distinction in Visual Art. To earn this award, these students decided to concentrate their CHCH studies in the visual arts. They've earned a cumulative grade point average of 3.5 or better in several required or elective visual arts classes. Additionally, their artwork was presented to and evaluated by a review panel of CHCH faculty all last week after completing their AP portfolios. The Certificate of Distinction in Visual Art Award was created to inspire young artists to see, reflect upon, and interpret our world in fresh and challenging ways. It is my belief that the visual arts provide a dynamic and necessary vehicle through which young people can explore their creative identities and help make sense of the world around them. The visual arts also play a role in challenging some of the assumptions from which we operate as a society, and in helping us to look at ourselves and others in new and exciting ways. It is my hope that their future creative endeavors might inspire all of us to find new ways of expressing what is in our hearts and minds. It is my sincere pleasure to award the Certificate of Distinction in Visual Art to Sydney Duell, Jemima Jewell, and Marnie Sternberg. Come on up. going to present the yearbook dedication, but first, we, as a publications class, made a little video for you so you could hear a little bit about all of our efforts that went into the yearbook. So go ahead, Mr. Andrew Chow.
Hello, CHCH. This is Mrs. Keating. I want to introduce the publication staff who put together the yearbook for this year under the most insane circumstances. They collected photos, they emailed you for quotes, they put beautiful designs on page, some from their homes, some from school, and some from a combination of both. They've worked really hard this year to capture what it means to be a student, faculty, or staff at CHCH in 2021. And I really want to just commend them on their efforts and what an excellent job they did. You'll see soon enough when you have the books in your hands. Normally we'd be up here and I'd be able to say this in person, but because of this year, we'll do it in the high-tech way with video. I'll introduce Stephanie, our amazing editor. She was with me last year doing the yearbook and took that experience and really led this team this year as the editor-in-chief. Love to thank Sydney, June, Jacob, Jack for all of their incredible work on the book, and for Ms. Solero for starting the year off, directing them in this pretty massive undertaking. So thank you to all of them for their incredible work. We hope you enjoy the book, and thanks again.
I'm so happy to be part of the 2020 to 2021 publications yearbook staff. This year has been hard enough being in a global pandemic and having our small class of people come in and out of in-person and virtual learning. I'm happy that we were able to create such a fun and creative book, and I'm so excited for everyone to see it.
Hello everyone, my name is Sydney Duell and I was a part of the production for the yearbook this year. So this year I decided to design the cover and the back cover for the yearbook. I used Procreate and I really wanted to encompass happiness in springtime because it was really difficult being far away from everyone, and I kind of wanted to look back at this year and realize the good of it. So probably my favorite spreads that I decided to design were the presidential election spreads as well as the divider pages. So I really hope that everybody likes it.
Hi, I'm Jack. I'm part of the pubs class, and I'm so proud of how the yearbook came out this year. I contributed to the sports page, and I'm so glad that we were able to pull through this year, despite having a lot of limitations and hardships regarding the whole COVID situation.
Hey everyone, my name is Jacob Ottaway-Velder, and I was in the publications class. We worked on the yearbook. We put a lot of work into it. I personally worked on the senior pages and some of the activities pages, and it was a lot of fun to see your guys' photos and to think about how we can design it to put you guys in the best light, and I hope you guys enjoy it.
I'm so proud to present the 2020 to 2021 yearbook dedication to Miss McDonald. Whether she's giving us encouragement in the classroom or in our respective sports, she's been nothing but helpful to our graduating class. We are fortunate enough to be her first class when she became dean, and I'm so happy that all her hard work is being recognized. Congratulations!
The senior departmental prizes are awarded to seniors for their exceptional work and performance in the academic departments of the school. The English Prize acknowledges a senior who has both demonstrated consistent interest and achieved success in all areas of the subject. This year's recipient, Gabriel Mcreef. The Donald Welch Social Studies Prize was named in 2001 in order to honor Donald Welch, teacher of social studies for 28 years, and is awarded to a senior who has both completed excellent work in social studies and demonstrated genuine interest in the field. Henry Cameo. The Allen American Studies Prize, given by the Allen family in memory of Neil Woodside Allen, grandfather of David Allen, class of '93, and Nicholas Allen, class of '95, is awarded to a senior for outstanding achievement and genuine interest in United States history, government, and politics. Jacob Ottaway Velder. The Bishon's Strachman Economics Prize was established by Andrew A. Bishon's class of '89 and Daniel A. Strachman, class of '89, and is awarded to the senior who has taken economics most to heart, as evidenced by involvement in class discussion, as well as curiosity about and enthusiasm for current events. Sophia Blair Golden. The Farnsworth Mathematics Prize is awarded in the name of Ray D. Farnsworth, head of Chapel Hill School from 1947 to 1961, to a senior who has completed excellent work in mathematics, who consistently demonstrates a deep and genuine interest in the field. Haman Song. Congratulations to Haman. The Kurt Science Prize, named for Franklin T. Kurt, goes to a senior who has not only produced excellent work, but also demonstrated a deep and genuine interest in the field of science. Dallas Rochelle. The Lewis C. Clapp Science Prize was established in 2001 in the name of Lewis Clapp, Chauncey Hall, class of 1954, and is awarded to a senior with a keen interest in science who, while also demonstrating kindness and concern for others, is curious to learn and enjoys being challenged. Aaron Codrington. The Paul Economies Prize is named for Paul Economies, French teacher from 1960 to 1989, and is chair emeritus of the World Language Department. And it's given to a senior who has demonstrated consistent interest and skill in a world language. Ella Shapiro. The Performing Arts Prize is presented to the senior whose creativity, artistic ability, and outstanding work in the performing arts merit special recognition. This year, it is awarded to two seniors. Allison Testa and Christian Chumenkovich. The Visual Arts Prize goes to the member of the graduating class whose creativity, artistic ability, and outstanding work in the visual arts merits special recognition. Sydney Duell. The Jose Raphael Abalita Sports Personship Awards, established by family and friends in memory of Jose Raphael Abalita, class of 1978, recognizes students who have shown the greatest degree of citizenship in athletic endeavors. This year, for the first time that I can remember, there are 3 recipients. Sophia Blair Golden, Jake McConaughey, and Louis McGill Scott. It is now my privilege to present the senior awards as voted upon by the entire faculty and staff of Chapel Hill-Chauncy Hall. Surya Kal Singh Khalsa Award, given in the name of Dr. Surya Kal Singh Khalsa, head of school at Chapel Hill-Chauncy Hall from 2002 to 2009. This award is presented to a graduating senior who exemplifies social consciousness, demonstrating outstanding courage, respect, and kindness during their development as a valued member of our school and the community. Dallas Rochelle. MIT Prize. Awarded to a senior who has realized high academic achievement, this prize recognizes the balancing of a challenging course load and the application of technology in the pursuit of excellence. Aaron Codrington. Voted on by the faculty prizes are awarded to members of the senior class who have been outstanding citizens, contributing significantly to the general well-being or spirit of the school. Our first prize goes to Christian Chumenkovich. We're going to phone a friend. Christian, we're good for it. We're going to get you a book prize. It has disappeared. Everyone give it up for Christian Mcreef. Thank you. Our second faculty prize goes to Sydney Duell. Our third prize goes to Stephanie Nwanyu. Congratulations, Stephanie. And our fourth and final faculty prize this year goes to Jake McConaughey. The School Spirit Award. This prize recognizes the senior who has consistently demonstrated a positive attitude toward the school. Sophia Blair Golden. This will be on display in Harrington Hall. Headmaster's Prize. The Headmaster's Prize honors the senior who has shown the most improvement. Sonia Gladstone. The Worcester Prize. Established in memory of Joseph Worcester, who served for many years on the Board of Trustees of Chapel Hill School, this prize is awarded annually to the senior with a high academic record who has most consistently displayed leadership, integrity, personal humility, and service to the school. Gabriel Mcreef. At this time, I'd like to capture a brief but important moment to recognize fierce loyalty and steady longevity to Chapel Hill-Chauncy Hall School. The following colleagues of mine have completed significant 5-year milestone years at CHCH and deserve our collective thanks and appreciation. We'll hold that applause to the end. Cassandra Dinkle, 5 years. Alana Epstein, 5 years. Leslie Kay, 5 years. Kelly Walsh, 5 years. Stephen Ritchie, 5 years. Lizzie Rosen, 5 years. For 10 years, we have Ben Riggs and Jenny Scafidi. 15 years at the school, Will Bailey, Janet Sachs, Lori White. 20 years, Josh Bubar, Gwen Shipley. And at 25 years, Al Lumina. Additionally, I now ask my colleagues and members of the senior class in attendance today to please rise and recognize the outstanding careers of Mr. Bill Castillo and Miss Alice Solero. Bill and Alice, please come up front. Bill, come on up front. Alice, please come up front. As each of them begin their final 4 weeks of their teaching career, we want to say thank you. We honor you. We respect you. We've all grown and become better people for knowing you. Thank you very much. Congratulations on your retirement. We love you both. The Chapel Hill-Chauncy Hall Society Prize. This award honors a current or former member of the faculty or staff and grants membership in the Chapel Hill-Chauncy Hall Society. The award is given to faculty or staff members in grateful recognition of devoted service and extraordinary dedication to the students and mission of Chapel Hill-Chauncy Hall School. It should be noted that once an individual receives this prize once, they're not able to earn it again. Yes, Bill and Alice, your names are on here. Thank you. This year, I am incredibly pleased and humbled to announce that our recipient for the CHCH Society Prize is Mr. Matt Soul. As soon-to-be graduates of CHCH and our newest alumni, your role in our community will change, but your connection with our community should not. As alumni, you will carry a different set of responsibilities: to stop by campus whenever you can, to keep in touch with your teachers and fellow classmates, to share news of your milestones and accomplishments, to support your alma mater in any ways you can, and to serve as ambassadors of the school wherever your travels may take you. At this time, I also wish to briefly recognize and thank the 14 senior members of the National Honor Society for their outstanding leadership, character, and service to our school and the communities around us. In particular, the school appreciates the leadership of NHS President Stephanie Nwayu and Secretary Sidney Duell for this challenging year in their leadership. Moreover, I'd be remiss to not thank the entire class of 2021 for their incredible contributions to our athletic and arts programs over the years. From the many league championships to the reimagining of our new visual and performing arts spaces on campus, you have left incredible marks all around. In closing, I recall my own senior legacy quote that I'd like to share once again. There are two gifts we should give our children. One is roots, and the other is wings. Seniors, know that you have always got a home here at CHCH, part of your lasting roots in your life. And know that you are ready to soar now and practice all that has been taught to you during your time with us. We believe in you, and we have great confidence in the value of our shared education together. With that, I'd like to bring to a close the 2021 Baccalaureate Ceremony. Congratulations to all CHCH students and faculty. In particular, kudos to the class of 2021. We look forward to your commencement exercises on June 5th. As you depart the rear of the tent in a few moments, please pick up your yearbook under the guidance of honorees Bill Gastillo, Alice Solero, Jackie McDonald, and of course, Jamie Palmer Keating, who will assist in the distribution and gladly welcome your praise. Good day, everyone, and thank you for joining us.